Angel Hernandez, I don't know if you guys saw this week, has announced he is retiring effectively immediately. He's his umpiring days were done a couple weeks ago. He's his last called game was actually at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago, with the White Sox, and then he just stopped after that. We assume he was negotiating with the MLB Maybe he was or the umpire association, the player association, maybe had back and forth, maybe reached a settlement on if he can retire. None of that's been released, by the way. That's just pure speculation. Um, but you know what? We hear about these umpires, and we talk about like when they do something super like exaggerated with the strike calls and all that, and we're like, do people think we're coming to see the umpires, or do people think we're coming to see the players? Because most people. I know there's those doofuses who dress up as umpires. Maybe they're there to see the umpires. I don't know. But most people are there to see the players play. So what I got to say is Angel Hernandez, I have nothing. I know everyone is piling on him right now. So I don't want to just join the crowd. But at the same time, he finally got what he wanted. He got his attention. Everyone's celebrating him leaving because he was such an awful umpire. Again, nothing bad about him as a person. I don't know him as a person. But when you call pitches like 2 feet out the zone and defend it as, well, it's just my strike zone. It's not just your strike zone. It's an awful call. And you've been defended for years with that. But you know what? You finally got your attention because people are celebrating you leaving. I hope it's the attention you want. I highly doubt it, but you know what? You got your attention. But anyways, Jake, what's Angel Hernandez's legacy in your eyes?
Yeah, Angel Hernandez's legacy is being a terrible umpire.
Hmm.
This is nothing against him as a person. I'm sure he's a very great guy outside of baseball. I wish him the happiest retirement that he can have, but you know, thank God for the game of baseball, though. Thank God that he's out of the game of baseball.
Yeah. He must have he got playoffs too, I think, right? Like that's like that.
Yeah, some game, yeah.
Because that's always been my consolation. It's like even with the White Sox, and we might talk about this call later in the show, like with the White Sox awful call last week and the umpires, I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can't take it back. We're horrible anyways. It's not like that win was going to change our season anyways. We got robbed, don't get me wrong, but we're bad, so it is what it is. Just make sure they don't go to playoffs. But Angel Hernandez, I'm sure, got playoff games even with his horrible strike zone. So I don't get that at all.
Yeah, he did. He probably just wasn't he might not have been behind the plate.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. Maybe he was on like second base or something like that. I don't know how that rotation. Do you even know how that rotation works? Like, how do they decide that? I don't even know. Yeah.
So I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong. Please, someone in the comments correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe this is how it works. I believe once you have the same crew, you rotate. So, like, the umpiring crew rotates, and once you get back to the same crew again, you rotate, like from home plate to first base, or from
Yeah.
first base to second, or second to third, or third to
I didn't know if
home.
there was a rotation or they just decide like what I thought for a while was they just decide, okay, this is going to be the crew chief and the home plate umpire, and then they kind of just fill in wherever. But I didn't know there was a
I
rotation.
mean, that might be how it works. That might be how
No,
it
I
works. It might
that's
be
just a
some.
complete that's just a complete guess though. I don't actually know. But like I see what you're saying. The way they rotate, that would make sense. Yeah.